The chandelier above me glinted coldly, too cold really, for a night that was supposed to be warm. They handed me a place card, my name printed like an afterthought, next to a stack of crayons and a plate of half-eaten chicken nuggets. Kids' table, not the grown-ups, not where I belonged. I smiled, not the kind of smile that softens, but the one that cuts sharp, quietly. I ate silently, the laughter and chatter around me blurred into a distant hum. Hours later, I stood, grabbed my coat, and left without a word. 30 missed calls and a frantic knock on my door followed. I didn't answer. They thought it was a childish tantrum, a silly rejection of family tradition. But it was something else entirely. A calculated moment of reckoning. They invited my parents. Invited them, yes, but me? I was the afterthought, the shadow at the edges of their perfect picture. My parents, who once held me like the center of their world, were now pawns in their game. The people I trusted most had reduced me to a joke, a guest at a table meant for children. Once our bond was unbreakable. Years of shared secrets, whispered promises, and silent understandings. I carried their dreams and protected their hopes as fiercely as my own. I bent backwards for them, so they could all stand tall. And yet here I was, discarded, like a child with a broken toy. I remember the moment I realized the betrayal wasn't an accident. It wasn't just the seating arrangement or the deliberate exclusion. It was the way they looked at me, eyes sharp, cold, calculating. Whispers caught mid-sentence, phone screens switched off as I entered the room. And worst of all, the text from my sister, sent an hour earlier. Don't expect much tonight. I held that message like a bullet in my palm. It burned, but it lit the way. I pieced it together. Their late-night calls, the secret meetings, the subtle shifts in loyalty. All the signs had been there, I just hadn't wanted to see them. They thought I wouldn't notice. They thought I was naive enough to swallow their excuses and keep smiling. But I began my preparations in silence. I traced every conversation, recorded every whisper, photographed every secret email. I watched, listened, waited. I built my case in shadows, an empire of evidence hidden behind my calm facade. Their empires of lies had cracks, small, but enough. Enough for me to pry open, enough to bring their towers tumbling down. I contacted lawyers, I secured witnesses. I even planted seeds of doubt where none had dared before. It was slow, meticulous work, like threading a needle with ice-cold hands. And all the while, I played the part they assigned me. The overlooked one, the child at the kids' table, the forgotten daughter. Revenge was never about rage. It was about control, about reclaiming what was rightfully mine. First came the subtle shifts. I leaked the proof of their deceit to the people who mattered, the board members, their closest allies. Silent emails, anonymous calls, anonymous texts. Then came the legal hammer. Their foundation began to crumble as lawsuits appeared like thunderclouds. Contracts renegotiated without their knowledge. Assets frozen. Each move was a calculated blow. They stumbled, unsure where the next strike would land. The climax came quietly. They thought they were untouchable. They invited me back, this time to the grown-ups table. But it was a trap. I walked in not as the ignored daughter, but as the force that would destroy their carefully crafted facade. In front of all, I played the video, the proof of their betrayal, their lies, their greed. Faces went pale, voices caught in throats. My sister's smug smile faltered. My parents' eyes darted, searching for an escape that didn't exist. The room went silent. The power shifted. I saw it flicker in their eyes, fear, regret, resentment, and finally, defeat. After the fallout, I didn't gloat, I didn't yell or beg for forgiveness. I simply stood tall, calm, untouchable. My parents tried to call me. 30 missed calls, a knock at my door. I didn't answer. Because sometimes the loudest revenge is silence.